Hello, hello. It's the most wonderful day of the week. It's Sarah Wednesday.
Hello, my dears.
It's certainly the best day of my week. But I am here with you every day. I keep showing up. I pretty much always will, at least as far as I can. But yeah, I'm here every day to take your questions out of the chat. I don't do personal readings, but mostly we do politics and stuff like that. But welcome to the Black and Orange channel. We have epic troll slayers. You have kept us safe. Thank you. Thank you. You are more important than ever.
Yes.
To keep the trolls away. And we have got a great community here because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to us. Thank you.
Yes.
And if you are watching on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. Miss Sarah is going to be kind enough to timestamp everything today as we go. So there is that, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed or whatever works for you. So yes. I'm having technical issues getting the Stay Calm channel, making that its own channel. I'm having trouble connecting it to StreamYard. So I'm still fighting that fight. But so for now, it's noon here. We're in Chicago and in Louisiana. Yes. But at 11:30, I'm still doing a stay calm, breathing, and positive energy. Just put the world away for 20 minutes, and we do this positive, calming things and empowering ourselves and our energy, giving our nervous systems a break. And so you're always welcome to join in on that. You can watch on replay, you can watch it live, whatever works. So, okay. Why do a separate channel? It's because it's confusing people.
Yeah.
But I will continue to put the link in the top of the chat. So even if it's a separate separate channel, I'll put the link in here every day so that you can still find it easily. Just by coming to the regular. So, but I don't want to confuse people. Anna says, I really enjoy the Stay Calm channel. Oh, I'm glad. I am glad. That means a lot to me. All right.
Yeah, there's been some confusion with people going to the Stay Calm stream to putting questions there. And I don't go there to grab those for here. So, yeah. So keeping everything sort of separate keeps it all.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll make it easy for you to find what you need to find. Catherine, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you.
Yes.
That's huge. Thank you.
All right. Well, we've got some questions today. And
I'm curious. Hang on, Deb. Why are you happy that Thune won Senate Majority Leader role? I'm curious. Please let me know.
I know the other guy was super MAGA. The other guy from Texas that he was up against was super MAGA. Corbin or something. That's what I'm reading. That's everything that I've said. Like, out of the two that was there, I'm not necessarily happy with Thune, but out of the two that was there, he was the least evil. Or the most approachable. I don't know.
Okay. Because he's not a complete MAGA. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Norma says, I love you both. I am doing better. Good. Good, good, good.
I just thought of a question that I wanted to ask. I'm going to get that in here. But first, there's some stuff that we need to talk about because it's been in the chat. So let's look at this at 4:30. Honey Bunches of Angels. I love that name.
That's a great name.
Terry Solaris and a few other people are talking about Starlink. The AP reported this morning that Starlink, according to the actual states, would have had no ability to tap into their election machines, that they weren't online. So Also, a Starlink satellite burnt up in our atmosphere over the weekend.
Which isn't surprising.
It's not surprising because, I mean, they're there, and it does take some ingenuity to get things in space and for them to work in space.
Right.
But he's sort of doing this with like duct tape and super glue and twisties at this point.
Yeah, to some extent.
Yes.
I'm agreeing with you 100%, by the way, but I'm saying to some extent he's, I mean, granted, is it more advanced than what you have in your house? Yes. But he doesn't have the most technically advanced satellites up there by any stretch. And there are a lot of them. And apparently they're kind of... I'm not going to say they're cheap, but they're not... You don't hear about other satellites burning up the same way. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So the fact that one of them burned up is not really a huge surprise.
No, I hear you, Lisa. But the different states that were wondering about this, they've said that there's no way that Starlink could have got into that, according to the AP this morning. So here's the thing. I want there to be a thing where I can go, yes, this happened, and it's because of this, and we can fix this, and we can boop and bippity boppity boo the last week out of existence. That would be lovely. It would be so lovely. I don't know if there's any there. And to be perfectly real talk, y'all know me. I'm the tough love bestie. It's easier to blame Musk than it is to admit that right now, for one reason or another, over half of the country would have ratted Anne Frank out in the attic.
And you're not wrong.
Data shows we knew the majority of white men were going to go to him.
Yeah.
That was expected. It sucks, but it's expected. The heartbreaking part is the majority of white women win as well.
We didn't.
We did not. I know that there was manipulation there. There was manipulation in the voting or whatnot, but I don't know. I don't know. And I don't think it's going to be something that we're going to know until years down the line. So, yeah.
I've been saying that we're going literally in 6 days. We're going into Pluto and Aquarius, where it will be uninterrupted for the next 20 years. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get a whole lot of Aquarian energy, and Aquarian energy is all about the collective.
Mm-hmm.
It's also about technology and science and a whole bunch of other stuff, but it's very much so that what I am thinking, just astrologically, is that there is not going to be one person or one thing that will save us. That it's going to be the collective. It's going to be us working together. It's going to be we're going to have to work together. Lisa Bizet says, Becca and so many are seen differently. And yes, WW did do us wrong. White women did do us wrong. Not me either. Yes, Pluto will show a lot of stuff. Oh, I absolutely believe there was hinkiness. I just do.
Oh no, there's hinkiness.
I've read on it.
I don't think
posted
we're going to find it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we're going to find it or not. I don't know. But I know there was hinkiness. I posted about that the night of the election. It's on the community page. I do think there was hinkiness, but like Jack Smith some people are saying Jack Smith will fix all of this. He was never, he can't. He was never given, this was never his purview. I would love for there to be an easy answer here, but until we get to the midterms, we have to do everything we can to keep each other safe. and try to get to the bottom of whatever we can. Debsy says so many people said when they checked to see if their votes were received and counted. Quite a few weren't. There we go. We need to keep our people safe, but talk about tough love. That's going to hurt all of us to some extent.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The people who voted for him have to be shown that what he really is, but also that you can't just pay half an ear, not much attention, ignore things. Who was it? What you were telling me, wasn't it someone who said that she's like, well, good, Trump got in, so I'll get $25,000 to buy a new house.
Yeah.
What was that?
And there was a woman who was talking to a cashier, and the cashier was like, well, yeah, in January, because I'm gonna be able to get a house now. Well, Trump is giving us all $25,000 to get a new home. She's like, no, honey, that was Harris. That was not Trump. Oh. Misinformation, man. Misinformation. People not understanding tariffs and what they are. Interviews with Latino men that are saying that, they're certain they're not going to be deported because they're family oriented and they're one of the good ones. Do you think he cares about that? Most Latino families, the Latino community as a whole is more family oriented than most. He doesn't care about that. So our job is to, yes, keep looking. If there is hinkiness, and yes, we do need to work on discovering that, because it will. I'm not saying that we need to not worry about that or just accept it. That's not what I mean.
Right.
And
that's not. We're not saying that.
No. What I'm saying is we need to acknowledge that this is a very sucky thing that has happened. And we need to work on taking care of ourselves and our loved ones over the next 4 years and help, dear Lord, please help fight the ignorance around you and just be like, yes, because this is, the whole leopards eating faces thing, that is the next 4 years.
Some people don't know what that means.
If you hang out with leopards and I never thought the leopard would eat my face. I was just, I never thought that, Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading a Mark Meadows yesterday, and I was saying, oh, Mark's like I hang out with the monsters, but they're my monsters, and they'll never turn on me.
Yeah, not so much.
So, yeah, we need to stay as healthy and productive as possible so that we can do when opportunities arise for us to help others, help ourselves, help the country, help uncover shenanigans or whatever else it is, that we have the strength to do it. And that's why I'm pushing so hard on everybody. Drink some water, make sure you sleep, get some time, 20 minutes a day where you're getting away from this, to give your nervous system a break, strengthen your energy, so that you're ready when opportunities arise. Because otherwise they're throwing so much at us right now that it is part of it is to wear us down. There's a whole bunch of stuff they are about that is actually never going to happen. There's a lot that they're saying, the most extreme stuff, that's never actually going to happen. It's not, you can't actually get there from here. Or it's going to be so incredibly truncated. But they're throwing all of this out there as a wish list, but also to wear us down, to make us feel like we are helpless, and we are not. but you have to take care of your health.
Yes.
Save your strength.
And I hate to do this. I'm gonna be blunt, y'all. Bestie Bear talking here. You need to take care of yourself, and you need to take care of the people in your inner circle. And you need to do that first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Make sure you are okay. But you need to make sure that you and yours are okay. And I'm not saying we forget about our communities. I'm not saying that at all. But some of these folks that have done what they've done, they're going to need to learn their lesson. And we cannot always bail them out at the expense of bailing ourselves out. So take care of yourself. Make sure you are good.
Yep. I agree.
So, all right. So is there anything as far as the satellite burning up in the atmosphere over the weekend? Is that anything to do with last week?
I like that MLR. The people in my inner circle have fur.
Woohoo! Yes.
Not really. This is all, it's kind of wussy. It was moving. It was there. It was part of the network. It got out of alignment. Lewis earlier said something like using Timu parts on the satellite. Yeah.
That is hysterical. One of the things that we're going to be talking about in the next section is the new lineups and policy. And the question that I forgot to put in at 17 minutes is something that people were talking about online. The House and the Senate. Is the House done? Is it fully settled? Do we know?
I don't think it's fully settled, but I think last I heard it's going Republican.
Okay. The margin of control. Right. Yeah. Yes. The margin of control is still going to be very slim for both.
Very.
And he keeps yanking people from both entities to fill this cabinet. Will his cabinet choices inevitably screw up the balance of power?
I think somebody around him would say, okay, no. But actually, for what it's worth, okay, he's just a man and he's spitballing. He's spinning the wheel. And let's try this. Hi. Hi. How you doing? Hello, boo-boo. He's trying to get these people, but that looks like it might weak. Look, I'm not saying the Democrats are going to take control, but boy, that's a lot of Democrats holding together and being able to combat some of this. So.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, John says we shouldn't count on any Republicans crossing the aisles on anything. Oh, no, I'm not saying they're going to cross the aisles. I just think there might be some people who, gosh, I'm sorry I couldn't be there for that vote. Oops.
Oopsies.
And the power is so narrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next question at 19 minutes. Uncover the News. Kristen Uncover the News asked, will the second Trump administration be a Kakistocracy? That's a noun. It means a government by the least suitable or competent citizens of a state.
And it's spelled K-A-K-I, stocracy. Whereas I was thinking, and I assumed it was C-A-C-A, stocracy.
Kristen asked that, and I was like, well, isn't it already? Yeah.
Will this be a government by the most ineffective buffoons? Wow, these are some weak cards. They're gonna, of course, they have to be MAGA. They have to be completely down for whatever senior dimwit wants. We currently have a functioning government and president. Thanks. Of course, they won't listen to that. But boy, they're on shaky ground. And these are pages, which is very weak. And what continues to make them weak is this extremism.
Yeah.
But that's pathetic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm not saying they're not going to be able to do anything, but I don't think this is going to be as easy for them as they think at all.
Your lips to God's ears, ma'am. Oh goodness.
I've been avoiding some news, but I did go over and check out Hal Sparks last night. And first of all, Hal is very understandably very unhappy. He is mad, which I totally get.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that happened was the part I saw, they were doing an interview with Homan, Homan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his name is spelled that way because he isn't actually human. He's like missing something there. Anyway, but Homan was saying all of these things with about how he was shown an interview with the governor of Massachusetts who said, I'm not helping these guys deport my citizens in my state. And Homan responded by saying, well, she better get in line and we're going to do basically whatever we want. And Hal was saying, no. There's some red states where you'll be able to commandeer the local police or whatever to help you. But the blue states, they're not you're not going to get the local law enforcement to help you. Mm-hmm. And which means you're going to have to, if you're going to try to do this, you're going to have a whole lot more agents, which means you're going to have the budget, and you're going to have to increase the budget for it. And Congress is going to have to sign off on that. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but holy buckets, that's a big ask.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but he thinks that he should be able to tell that governor and the other governors to do what he wants. And it's like, no, because as frightened as we may become at certain points, there are still some separations of power. So get stuffed. Yeah.
Lots of grass to go touch. Lots of grass.
Yes.
Thank you, by golly Ollie.
Thank you. Hi. How are you doing, good boy? How is the good baby boy? The boo and kitty. Yes. Look at this good boy. Look at this good boy.
Okay. I don't know if you remember, but Elon, once upon a time, was actually one of the founders of PayPal. Yes. He was actually one of the founders of PayPal, and he wanted to name it X at one point in time. And he was really hung up on that name. And everybody was like, no, that's stupid. And so he stomped off, but he kept the URL. And then, of course, when he bought Twitter, he was like, I shall finally have my X. Whatever. So,
Lena reminding us, Elonia.
Yes.
The first lady.
Yeah, did y'all hear that he kicked Stephen King off of Twitter because Stephen King pointed that out, which I find hysterical. Anyway, so, by golly, Ollie, thank you.
Gifted 5 memberships to random people in this chat. Thank you.
Well, Musk and Ramaswamy will head up a new government department called as the Department of Government Efficiency. Elon is literally going to run the DOGE department.
Is it going to have the dog? The dog
should. It really should. It really should. What's this going to turn out to be? Because I don't. His ego, man. Oh my gosh.
And the departments of the Department of Redundancy Department.
Yeah.
Government efficiency, huh? Efficiency.
He can't efficiently run anything that he's put his hands on. None of them can.
Ding, ding. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you. Oh, thank you. What it looks like, first of all, is everybody's going to find out what Elon Musk is really like. He's got a whole lot of mystique about him that is a bunch of hogwash. But we're going to find out. Everybody's going to find out. There are systems in place right now that have been working on efficiency and what have you. But there he and those two people are, they're going to be in the center. And there's, look at us and look what we've done for MAGA. And what it feels like is they can they'll start by taking credit for stuff that already exists.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Now, are they going to start gutting the I don't think it's going to be up to them. I don't think they're going to have the power to destroy departments. I think you've got to go through Congress for that.
Some stuff, it depends on which department, because if it falls within the executive branch, he can fiddle with it a bit, depending on.
Right.
Yeah. Deb says, I see Elonia losing his patience with Vivek, looking down on Vivek because he doesn't have the money Elonia has. Okay, I'm going to be real with y'all. Elonia is going to look down on Vivek because Vivek is melanated. Elon grew up in South Africa in apartheid. Let that sink in. He grew up upper class. He grew up with money in South Africa during apartheid.
Yeah, of all the children he has, and he has many by many women, are any of them not white?
No, and he disowned his trans daughter.
There we go. Yeah, I've got he's also going to think he has more power than he does because he's used to having a bunch of power.
Mm-hmm.
Although not absolute power, because he has boards on these companies he's got to deal with. But this is not destruction of whole departments. I don't think he's got the power. But people are going to find out what he really is. And that's I'm sorry to say, for the next 2 years, there's going to be a lot of this. Where the people in this country that voted for him are they're going to learn. They're going to learn what we already know.
Jolly, yes. Musk has limited social skills, but that's because Musk is autistic, and that there's nothing wrong with that. You can have limited social skills and still not be evil. So his limited social skills I have no problem with that. That's whatever.
Bonnie says Stephen King was on X this morning, so he's not been taken off.
Okay. Yeah, that was something that was floating on the internet last night, and I'm happy to see that is incorrect.
Right.
So,
he's a national treasure.
Yes, love that man.
Julia Worcester is saying, I think buyer's remorse is already setting in. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isabel Moss says tough love. Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about how there's been an upswing of Google searches of how do I change my vote?
I wonder if that's true.
Whew. All right. So at 29:55. Y'all, this has had me Trump picked a Fox News host to serve as Secretary of Defense. A morning show Fox News host. But not one of the Monday through Friday ones. No, he had to go get a weekend one. Somebody who's not even high enough to be on Fox and Friends. So Pete Hegseth reached the rank of captain before leaving the Army. If I'm not mistaken, he came in as an officer.
And thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service. Members of our own military and the diplomatic community at large are dubious about someone without much experience getting that much power, because he's going to be basically handed the Pentagon. How is this going to work out? What's going to happen with Hegseth? And then I have another question about him in a minute, about one of his policies he wants to put in place. But just overall, how will remember the Hegseth appointment?
Well, Deb's pointing out, I think the Senate will not confirm the Fox News host, but we'll see. Back in olden times, there was always talk about a witch and her familiar, right? And if witches ever had familiars, I understand why. Because basically you're dealing with energies, and you need some kind of positive energy generator to help you deal with whatever you're dealing with, and who can also step in when you're dealing with something nasty. Because I'm here to tell you, my familiar is now lying on my arm. So I'm having to do more limited. I'm pulling like 3 cards at a time. So Hegseth.
Yes.
Well, we know he's one of the cult members. And Trump likes him because he's a star. He's on TV. He's on Fox. So why am I getting Page of Cups and then Trump's compound?
He's been going to Mar-a-Lago.
Okay. I wonder if he can't get through for some reason. I wonder if a Democrat stands in the way, or yes, Kelly Ramsey, central casting. Yes. Oops. All right. Hegseth. Fox News, Hegseth. Didn't Philip Ittner work for Fox for a hot second? And he says it's one of the years ago. And he said it was one of the greatest days of his life when he got fired.
I doubt it.
Yeah. I've got some chaos here. I don't think confirmations are going to be pleasant.
Okay.
We may feel right now like Democrats are just rolling over and letting anything go, but I'm getting some real hot and heavy chaos around confirmations. I could be wrong, but the way the energy's going right now,
yeah,
it's weird. There's something the cards are saying there's something that stops it, his confirmation, but I'm not omniscient, and like Cash Peter says, this is about how the energy's going. How's it
today?
How it's yeah. But I am getting pushback from the Democrats, and I'm happy to feel that. Trust me.
Very cool. Well, beyond that, or a follow-up to that, Kristen Uncovered the News asked, Hegseth said 6 days ago that women should be pulled from all combat positions. Point blank. He does not want women in combat.
Is that his decision to make?
He will definitely have major sway over that decision should he get that top job. So, some people could give him a little bit of whatnot, but will he fish his wish?
Assuming he gets in.
Assuming he gets in. Lisa, right. Visualize 70 isn't a troll, sweetheart.
No. I've got women in the center. I've also got our military readiness. You don't just yank. There are a lot of women in the military. A lot of women in the military. And these are weak cards out in the cold, feeling beaten up. What concerns me is the card for the reading, which is the Nine of Swords, which is promoting a culture where women don't feel welcome and therefore safe. That's the problem. And you wouldn't need just him to do that.
Well, all right. On to our next lovely appointment, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Huckabee, as in Smokey Eyes Daddy, former governor of Arkansas.
All right, so not Miss I forgot my pants.
No, Mr. I'm going to live in a triple wide while the governor's mansion is getting fixed. He did that a few years ago. Mike Huckabee will be our new ambassador to Israel. Shortly after that announcement, he said that the term Palestine is made up and doesn't exist. There's no such thing as Palestinians.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Reminds me of a Dara O'Brien skit from many years ago where he's talking about, when you're born Catholic, you're always Catholic. Well, even, what happens if you stop going or you renounce your thing? Then as far as the church is concerned, you're just a bad Catholic. So what is he these are bad Israelis? I don't quite understand. They exist. It's a thing. Lisa says, will he need a new podium too? Maybe. So how's that going to play out? Yeah.
Not well. It's already a very touchy situation. Israel is going to be pleased. And some people having to walk away.
Oh,
yeah.
Lordy. Wow.
I'm starting to think there's a reason why Bailey is now sleeping against my arm so I can't use it.
Well, you mentioned Tom Human earlier. Next question is, Tom Human will be our new border czar. He came out of the gate swinging and not about the Mexican border. Human feels there are severe border issues with Canada. Is he afraid of moose? Or beavers?
He's trying to save us from the maple syrup. Oh, no.
Not the maple syrup conglomerate.
Not the maple syrup. No. And those Canadians, they're so rude.
Yeah. I mean, if they
come across the border to infest our country going, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, they could invade with like Tim Hortons and poutine. I'm okay with this.
Seriously.
I'm just like,
yes, Lisa Kate Dudley, do right, save us. And the maple leaves.
Yeah. So what
He's vile. I'm going to tell you right now, this man is vile.
Mm.
I think you all know that generally speaking, I don't care what somebody looks like.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
But somebody who is heinous, awful, cruel, who looks down on everybody else, and they show up, I can get really petty really fast if they show up looking like he does. He thinks he's superior. And he feels like he loves this far right victory stuff. And he feels like he's going to have some pushback.
Yeah.
He's not going to like that blue states have some power. But it feels like as long as he's there, he's going to be awful.
Yay.
Christine says he looks like a Doctor Who villain. Yes. Yes, he does. Or I won't say it.
Carmen says that Trump said he picked him because he looks mean.
He does.
He
does. Seriously, Sarah, go. I'd love to see your reaction. That was good. I'd love to see your reaction, Sarah. Could you just you yourself go look up what he looks like?
Tom Homan?
Please. Yeah. Please. You don't have to pull up the picture. I just wanted to see your reaction.
Yeah. He's a former police. Yeah. He's profiled a couple of people in his time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He looks like he's trying to prove something because he got a whole lot of rejection.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Lucky Girl says, who does he think is going to invade the U.S. from Canada? Geese? Beavers? Hockey sticks? Lucky Girl, you are a gem.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
We were talking about you earlier, just praising you to the skies.
Absolutely. Okay, so 4350.
Mark says we can attack with snowballs.
Okay, I know not a lot of you are on TikTok. Joy Reid is on TikTok. She posted one yesterday from her official account. I don't know if she talked about this last night on her show. I don't know if she's talking about this today on her show. But she made a TikTok yesterday where she commented on a recent Trump speech, and she showed clips from it where he discussed how he was going to dismantle the liberal elite higher education system by taking away money from universities that teach diversity and still use a form of balanced admission systems. And then he's going to use that money to pay reparations to those who have been hurt by policies such as affirmative action. Y'all, he wants to pay reparations to Caucasian people.
Of course he does. I know. That's funny. Like the card for the reading is the card of. I mean, that looks like. I mean, Harvard is older than. Isn't it the Aztec Empire?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the card for the reading is these universities, and he's gonna have stupid policies. But it ends with an Ace of Cups. And some kind of decision made. He's not able to weaken things like he wants. But I'm not saying it's going to go through the Senate. It's almost like the universities do something where they're feels like them coming up with some workaround or something.
Mm-hmm.
And let's face it, they're stupidly expensive in the first place. Let's see what else I can find here. Yeah, they're somehow people pull together who are related to these institutions and help out. So you've got your higher wisdom continuing. It might be a little shaky financially, but it feels like they're going to come up with a workaround. That's what I'm getting.
Oh, goodness. All right. I hear y'all talking about the 4B movement, and I wish that would work here, but I don't think it will. I think we're too big. Do you know what that is?
Yes. Yeah. Frida said, why speculate and not just wait for reality? Oh, there's a lot of stuff I'm just waiting for the reality. There, you'll notice there are some things I'm not reading on because I will read on it when there is a little bit of actual movement. I will read on how will this go, not will this any extreme happen, either good or bad.
Yeah. Well, this one is based on an actual speech that he made and was brought to. No. I was just saying, just read it. This is based on an actual, like this is a plan that he has, and it was brought to us by a media source. So
yeah.
All right.
Yes, Betty Cantrell. Red states are all going to be hurt by this. Yep.
47.
Hello, Cicero.
All right, Julie has a question. Is the Russian video of Melania a warning to Trump that there is more to come if he doesn't fulfill his end of the deal with expediency?
You might want to explain. Yes, perhaps.
Russian state TV released a video in the last 48 hours. It was either yesterday or the day before. Of it was full of pictures and reels and whatnot, videos of our future first lady back when she was doing her nude modeling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is something she herself in her book said that she's proud of. She thinks it's great. She thinks that, which is her right. I'm like, and in this, I stand with her. She has every right to be proud of. Now she
her
compared
body.
it to Michelangelo. I don't know if I would quite go that far,
no.
But I mean, I don't shame for certain things. So if that is, as long as she's okay with other people doing it, because if not, that would be quite hypocritical. But yeah. So but the Russians did a video of it was a compilation of her greatest hits. We'll just leave it at that. And the whole thing. And they didn't do censor bars.
Okay. I said this yesterday, and I will continue to say it. One of the many, many reasons that Senior Dimwit is a dimwit is because he doesn't understand that Russia doesn't want him to be in power. They want America to suffer. Yeah. And if it reaches a point where Trump is enmeshed and they've gotten everything they can get from him, or he's not doing exactly what they want, or whatever it is, they can turn on him on a dime and then make us despise him even more to weaken our country.
Mm-hmm.
But Trump's such a narcissist, he's not getting that. He's not understanding that one at all. Hi? Really? Okay. Now, in the short term, they're just gonna let him do his thing. But it feels like if he, for example, doesn't destroy all the sanctions, do this, and this. What it actually feels like is if he doesn't hop to, it actually feels like they're going to burden him, like destroy him financially, because they don't want to. They want to keep some of their powder dry, and there could be some stuff we don't even know about.
Oh, there's definitely stuff that we don't know about.
Well, that we won't know that they've done this to him. That he suddenly is just not just pro-Russia, but pro-Russia, because they have, ouch. So, wow. And they have played him like a fiddle. Played him like a fiddle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah. And then lastly, at 51:35, High Priestess has a question.
Mm-hmm.
Following along, will Puttie be the one to release the intel on the recent election and how they helped him win, since it appears 45 doesn't want to play ball anymore with his bestie? Will Putin do something? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the emperor now? I've got Biden and the Democrats. It's the first card. Then I've got the legal system. And I've got Republicans sitting pretty. So he's going to be useful to them for quite a while.
Yes, Raymond. Congratulations, America. You got back your ex who's supposed to be in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But there's something about this. We know that there was a thing for a while where people were wearing T-shirts that said, "I'd rather be Russian than Democrat." Mm-hmm. Please go right ahead. Yeah.
It's like that channel, that family on YouTube that went over there and they thought it was going to be so great. And they were promised it was going to be so great. And they got there and it was not great.
And they took their passports.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still stuck there? Do we know?
I think so, yeah. But I think now they've drank the Kool-Aid. So at this point they're, yeah.
Because I've got the cult members. If this love of Putin is hurting their bottom line, if these policies of Trump's are hurting their bottom line, but Trump is still focused overseas on Russia, whatever Russia wants, and the MAGA are like, hey, you were supposed to do all this for us. Could get ugly. But I'm not saying, but I don't know. Putin is not in any hurry to undermine Trump.
I know. As long as he's there, he has more chance to sow discord. So
right. Yeah. But yeah, you're boy, are you in the lion's den?
That is going to do it for us. There's a question in the chat. 4B, to sum it up, women in South Korea got upset with the misogyny in South Korea. And so they just decided, we're going to take care of this ourselves. And they started a movement. And it's called the 4B because the words in Korean translate to, they start off with B's. So, but do nothing for men. No dating, no marriage, no babies, no fun time, no nothing.
And
Until they start.
Yeah, and it wasn't that big of a movement in South Korea, but there was enough that
it got some traction. People slowly started getting some act right. I don't think it's feasible to do that here because we're so big country wise. Yeah. So anywho, but that's what that is.
And who was it up here? I think it was Raymond who just said Trump has appointed George Santos to the Ministry of Truth. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Very much so. All right. Also, for those of you who are readers looking at getting ordained, we were talking about this the other day. If you are legally ordained
by the you can do it I was reading into this last night. I might do it. We'll see what happens. But the ULC, which is a non-denominational church, you can they want to help people spread just a word that is non-denominational but all about love and what have you. And I might who knows, we'll see how things go. I might get ordained, which would help protect what I'm doing here, even if it is tarot, even if it is. Kelly says I am legally ordained. Amy Jones says I'm ordained. Great.
So is Lila. Very cool.
Very cool.
But it helps. Yeah.
I might do that to give myself some kind of legal protection here. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And from what I understand, it's free to do so unless you want the paperwork. But
yeah,
they'll have a copy. I would want the paperwork. I would want to be able to go.
Oh, I could.
A spider web.
I could frame it and have it right here. But a lot of people here are ordained. That's good. Helen Wheel says, "Do it." Okay. Oh, Misty Dax says, "I'm ordained there too. It's easy. Just fill in the blanks." Okay.
Very cool.
Giovanna says, we pray at your church?" I'm afraid I don't quite understand. Danny Glee's asking, how would that help? Because
clergy have certain legal protections. Sorry,
right.
I didn't overstep. Yeah.
No, please do. No, they do have certain legal protections. And if YouTube starts acting up a fool, or they try to, shutting stuff down, or Trump went to some extreme. For now, can we have a choir, says Dorian? Of course we can. No, and anyone wants a link on it. I'll see what I can do.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to at the end, but I just want to make sure, again, we have to take care of ourselves. Yeah. We have to,
Lewis says, could I stop paying taxes? No. I would pray at your church. Oh, thank you, Giovanna. You're such a sweetheart.
It's very sweet.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Lewis, just in case they deny women the right to have channels. We'll try to. But I don't think it's going to come to that. And honestly, I think for a long time we're going to be good if our troll slayers, if our moderators are willing to keep us safe from the trolls. I think that's the main problem right now. But yeah, if it came to something stupid like that, we'll see what happens. But better safe than sorry. I agree. I probably will. I'm just saying that I'm just being practical. Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
That's going to do it for us for today. But and we've been on for a whole hour, so that's good. It's always fun hanging out with Sarah. And Debsy says, I have a wrench and I'm ready to use it. And thank you. So in 2 hours over on the Creative Sprints channel, you're always welcome. I highly recommend spending at least part of your day working on any kind of project. I don't care if it's cleaning, decluttering, any kind of hobby, any kind of artwork, anything you need to do. It's good to, because over there we really don't cross the streams. So we really are just working and making progress every day. And so you're always welcome there. We will encourage you. Other than that, I'll be back tomorrow. 11:30, I will do the stay calm, breathing in positive energy for 20 minutes. And then at noon, the normal noon live stream, Pastor Sebastian. Oh dear. I don't think my mother's going to like this.
What? Some things, what Mama don't know is okay.
Oh dear. You have to understand, when I worked at a bookstore several times, I've worked at many bookstores, but one of the bookstores I worked, or the main one, every single time somebody came to customer service, and I was lucky enough to be there and not on registers, which are the nightmare fuel for me. But anyway, and they come to customer service and ask, where are your Bibles? And I'm supposed to ask them, which one are you looking for? I would immediately, every single time for years, it would immediately run through my head, my mother's voice going, there is only one Bible, the Catholic Bible. Of course, I never said that out loud, but every single time. Excellent. Thank you for becoming a moderator, Gloria. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
all right.
So, yeah, but if I'm technically a pastor, my Catholic mother's not going to like that. But, oh well.
They're not going to mail you nothing. They're just going to sit here and print it. What they don't.
It's all right. Oh, Lisa K, will your kitties be acolytes?
I was going to say, Bailey could be a deacon.
Yes.
Brother Alfred.
And the Zen, the teachings of Zen.
Yes.
Julia says my daughter's a pastor, and no, that's wonderful. Pastors are great. I'm just saying. Anyway, it'll be fine. It'll all be fine. We're just joking around. Yes, K-Coop, in charge of perp prayer. There we go. All right. Well, have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you over on Creative Sprints at 3 o'clock Central Time in 2 hours, or we will see you. I'll see you tomorrow at 11:30 on Stay Calm. The link will be on the top of the chat here, and at noon here on Black and Orange. All right. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. You're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. I know it may seem like there are, but there are some good days ahead. There really are. So hang in there. All right. Take care. See you later, or see you tomorrow.